Come on in, everybody. Yeah, it's still Monday to me, but it's not. It's Wednesday. Sometimes you just get stuck in a cycle that is just it's Monday, 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 Monday. But y'all, I am cooking something amazing for dinner. I've been wanting this enchilada recipe, but I don't really like corn tortillas. I just don't. So I've been doing some little research on the University of YouTube, and I found this lady who made a video about making enchiladas but with flour tortillas. And that makes me happy. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to get the chat up because sometimes getting excited about cooking gets you in the kitchen. Now, my kitchen is clean, it's ready to go. I've got a casserole dish. I've got some tortillas. I've got some enchilada mix that I can mix some stuff with and pour over things. I've got some four Mexican cheese. I've got some powdered sour cream that I can turn into a sour cream paste. And I'm going to make some chicken enchiladas, chicken and cheese enchiladas. So, y'all get on in here. It does sound good. It really does sound good. I've got a few chips left over, and uh, we can have a nice little dinner. So y'all get in here. We're going to talk about this recipe. I've seen it. Let's see if I can find it and tell you who she was. Somebody made a white enchiladas, and they made a white sauce, and they poured some green chilies in it and some cream cheese and some sour cream and some different things. But let me see what this one's name is. This is Dawn's Diary. And she has it's from 6 years ago. And I'm just going to tell you about it because I can't show it to you. We'll get hit with a copyright violation. But you go look at Dawn's Diary and look for easy chicken enchilada recipe. It's just all you got to do. And I don't even think she put enchilada sauce on hers. Let me see. Yeah, she put a little bit in there. She had a can of enchilada sauce. I don't have a can of enchilada sauce. But I have everything else it takes. And she doesn't even fold them up into burritos. She just rolls them up. That's a loud airplane. Robert said, honey, I'm going to be a slug if I don't get up out of this chair. He had to take Jimmy to town. And so he sat down in the chair, and Tulip was wanting to go somewhere. He looked at Tulip and he says, yeah, thanks for getting me out of the chair. I'll take you for a walk. So he's gone out for a walk. But these chicken enchiladas, and it's just, let me see if, she took 3 chicken breasts and she cooked them. I don't know how she cooked them. She might have put them in her Instapot. I don't even know if we had Instapots back then. But she cooked the chicken. You can stick them in water and boil them if you want to. I don't care. Just get them good and done. And then she cut them into slices, and then she sort of diced them and shredded them. A good way to shred chicken is to take 2 forks and do this. Or if you've got some of those claws like you do in pulled barbecue, you can do that. And she just shredded the chicken. And then she mixed some enchilada sauce in with the chicken to give it some flavor. Some people like to put a bunch of spices in there. but she just put some sauce in there, and then she put some of the 4 cheese Mexican blend, or Monterey Jack with pepper jack. Oh, that'd be really good in it. But she just let me stop this. She used red enchilada sauce. Now you could do this with ground beef. You could do this with pork, leftover barbecue, carnitas. Um, you could just do it with cheese and refried beans if you wanted to. If you wanted to stay kind of vegetarian on this, I love refried beans, but I don't have any right now, and I'm not going to cook any. But I found some dehydrated ones on Amazon, and I've got them in my shopping cart, thinking about getting them so that I can have them for backup. Because you just smear them on your tortilla, and she mixed this stuff together. Now you could put a layer of beans. If you've got some leftover pinto beans, smash them up and use them. Use them in. This is a great way to use up leftovers. It's one of those fun ways to use up leftovers. And so she mixed the cheese in with the chicken and some enchilada sauce, some spices in there, salt and pepper, and she put it in the tortilla, and she just rolled the tortilla up with the ends open. Now, I'd probably want to fold the ends in so they stay together when you lift them out of the sauce. And then she puts a layer of sauce in the bottom of the pan. Now go check her out and give her a like. Dawn's Diary, Diary, and it's an easy chicken enchilada recipe. You can find anything on YouTube University. You really can. And she rolled them up. She put a little smear of the enchilada sauce in the bottom so it won't stick. I've never cooked anything like this. I've made Mexican casserole, but I never did the enchiladas. And she used flour tortillas because that's what she likes best. And making corn tortillas is not that easy. I watched one of those YouTube videos too. So she rolls them up there. I think she put 7 or 8 would fit in her pan, and she pours some enchilada sauce over the top of them and puts the rest of the cheese. Puts it in the oven, probably around 350 until it gets bubbly, and she serves it. Now you can serve it with a salad. You can serve it with some more sour cream and some different stuff. Yeehaw! Now is it low carb? No, it's not. But we don't eat this stuff very often, and it could be yummy. Yummy. Now, I saw another lady who made a white enchilada sauce, and she put some cream cheese in it, and she put some sour cream in it, and she put some of that in with some chicken in her tortillas and rolled them up and poured that over the top with some more cheese on top, and topped it off with some green chilies. I'm going to order me some cans of green chilies too. There's everybody getting in here. And I've got some freeze-dried chicken that I can pour some hot water on, and it becomes little cubes of chicken. Let me get to the end of it so I can show you the finished product. There, she's rolled them up. Gonna put them in her casserole dish. She's just rolling up a storm. And there, it's ready to go in the oven. Ready to go in the oven. I think that was the last little bit of it. But it's only a 5-minute video. You can't beat that with a stick, y'all. And you got dinner. You could serve that with some chips and salsa, and you got a meal. Now I want enchiladas. Yeah, Trisha, I understand. I totally understand. I saw something the other day, and I've been wanting enchiladas ever since. And I ordered some enchiladas, but they were corn tortillas, and they don't make me happy. Anyway, y'all, knowing what's for dinner makes me happy. Knowing what I'm going to cook and what I'm going to throw together, and I do. That's exactly what I do. I throw things together because that's how I roll here. I think I've got some chicken breast in the freezer, and I may just stick them into a little pan of water and pre-cook them, or simmer them on top of the stove in a skillet. Just it'd be good. Anyway, you cook your chicken. Cut it up into slices. I don't like to touch raw chicken though. I like making baked tacos. Put cheese and taco meat. Yum. Beans if you want them. Flour or corn tortilla. Bake at 350 for 15 to 20, 10 to 15 minutes. When you find something your family likes, that white enchilada with the chili, she just made a white sauce and put some cream cheese in it and some sour cream in it, added another can of chilies in it. It started with an onion, and she said this one of her, it's a once a week thing at her house. If you look up white enchilada casserole, you'll find that. But getting excited about cooking is cooking things that you love. Yeah, well, thank you, Hope. Throwing things together. If you've got some leftover barbecue or you've got some leftover rotisserie chicken, you can turn that into an encore meal. Somebody says white enchiladas are her favorite. I'd never heard of them. I didn't eat Mexican food until I was about 35 years old. Never had eaten Mexican food. And Justin and I went out to this Mexican place after we watched some movie. And I was hooked ever since. And he is too. He is too. I know he still needs to make his nachos, his everything nachos. But y'all get excited. When your kitchen is clean, you don't mind getting in there and throwing things together. Green chicken enchiladas are my family's favorite. Well, that's just amazing. Somebody's making meatballs and green beans and potatoes for dinner. And then you take those leftover meatballs and turn them into subs. I used to get white enchiladas at a place called El Chico. We have El Chapala here. Does Justin have anything nachos on video? No, he does not. And I chastised him about that the other day. Steak salad minus the fries. That's good. You can put a little heavy cream and some red enchilada sauce, and it's really good too. I keep a quart of heavy cream all the time. In a pinch, you can make butter out of it. Breakfast burritos, that's a good one too. Robert bought me a bag of breakfast burritos. And I don't eat breakfast, but we might turn them into enchilada something. So, working on a grocery list for the next 2 weeks, y'all. I used to only go to the grocery store every 2 weeks. We're doing chicken nuggets. My daughter-in-law makes she makes her own chicken fillets, And the other day, I saw somebody who took a fork, and there's a membrane in the chicken breast next to the little fillet and the bottom part. And they took a fork and they got that membrane in the tines of the fork and pulled it through the fork and stripped that membrane right out of there. I've seen 2 people do that. And I sent it to Emily, and she's always been filleting that thing like you'd fillet a fish. Somebody's giving a recipe. That's Julie. White enchilada sauce, 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of chicken broth, and if you don't have chicken broth, you can take chicken bouillon and make your chicken broth. I have Better Than Bouillon paste, and I turn that into chicken broth. Because chicken broth takes up a lot of space on your pantry shelves. So I just keep the Better Than Bouillon, put some hot water in it, stir it around, it turns into chicken broth. A cup of sour cream, a can of diced green chilies. Do not drain, all that flavor would be good, and a cup of Monterey Jack cheese. I don't have any Monterey Jack, but I have 4 cheese, mixed 4 cheese. So it's all good. It is all good. I'm getting really hungry. I had an apple for lunch, a half an apple. Y'all, we got news on Grandpa Doss, Ralph Doss. 2 of his sons mentioned, Chad couldn't talk about it. Chad just couldn't talk. He just put a message up on his yesterday's video, and Kyle did say something. Said he's the toughest man he knows, and he had his heart valve replaced, and he's recovering. It's going to be a long recovery because he's been used to lifting, and he's a strong man, literally muscles, and he's 65, and they heard this something going on in his heart, and sure enough, it was blood squeezing out of the valve. The valve wasn't sealing well, and he didn't have any heart damage from it, didn't have any blockages, but he had to have the heart valve replaced. So I don't know how long he's going to be in the hospital, but Leanne, his wife, is with him, and we're just thankful they caught it before he had major heart problems. Sometimes they don't get a valve to fit anymore. You know, when your valves on your engines in your cars don't work, you don't go no place. Okay, folks, y'all have some fun in the kitchen tonight. Sometimes that's all we need to do is just get in there and make something. Put some cheese on it. Nothing. It's all going to be good. Get some cheese on it and just have at it. Well, y'all, be good, kind, and sweet. Be good to yourself. And you know, if you make a big meal and you can't eat it all, put it into some bento boxes and make TV dinners for yourself. TV dinners. Homemade TV dinners. You can get 10 bento boxes for about $10 on Amazon with a lid on them, and they'll stack in your freezer. So God gets all the glory, y'all. We get our kitchens clean and no telling what we can cook up. You know, we are blessed to have ovens. We are blessed to be able to cook. We have all kinds of appliances. We have bread machines and Instapots and rice cookers, electric skillets, you name it, we got it. And we got what our mamas had too. And we can cook. We got Dutch ovens. We got iron skillets. We got griddles. We can do lots of things. And when your kitchen is clean, you don't mind cooking. You're not behind the eight ball. So, y'all, be good, kind, and sweet. Let that joy that's in here overflow and show the world exactly who you are, a child of the Most High, the only living God in the universe. I love you all so much. Let's see. Patty's just sent me the questions. Oh my, it's going to be a hot day tomorrow in our little question and answer session. It's going to be fun. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Grab a seat fast. See you later. Bye.